I was born in a country called Laos, and my ethnic group is called Hmong. So I belong to the Hmong people, and the Hmong people originally lived in China, and then they migrated to Laos. And so from there, as a result of the Vietnam War, my family came here to the United States as refugees, and I was about 9 years old when I got here to America. Well, hobbies. Obviously, I love drawing and I love paintings. Also reading and video games. I love playing video games too. So, growing up here and being exposed to video games, I still have a passion of playing games here and there. Most of my free times now are probably just spending with my family when I get home. I have adult children now, and I have still two young ones at home, and also we got a grandchild, and he just turned one, and so that takes a lot of time. And my wife does the babysitting for the grandchild. So. Yeah, the story cloth is actually something that's more recent. The Hmong people started make story cloth when they settled in the refugee camps in Thailand. It was a way to make money, a way to sell art that they've always done to Westerner. So here's an example of a story cloth that would probably have been made by a group of people living in the refugee camps. And it's not just made by one person. You will have one person that did the drawing, and then you have one person doing all the stitching, and then you may even have a different person that worked on the border, and then they kind of put it together. And so it's a group project that will be involved. And then the story cloth that I show here, this actually is a folklore or a folk tale that's told to children by grandparents and then parents to their children. So it's a folklore that's been passed down from generation to generation. The other type of story cloth that you will see, like in the book that we have in the library, is something like this. And this more kind of just shows the historical event or the migration that the Hmong people did in terms of leaving their homeland and then journeying to Thailand. And so that's that. I also have some stuff here. These are some of the arts too. There's jewelry art that young girls adorn themselves with, especially for the new year. And so this is an example of a necklace that they wear. Here's an example of a hat that a young woman would wear. Everything is very colorful. Here's a sash that goes in front of the dress. And, oh, this fell out. This is actually a hat. These are hats that boys will wear. So big difference between what boys wear versus what girls wear. And so, and usually they adorn themselves with lots of bags and coins.
Oh, wow.
So
That
when
is
they
for
walk
New
by,
Year? For
yeah,
New Year?
yeah. So kind of for New Year. So the more coins you have, the more kind of that shaking, ringing noise. So you can kind of tell who's coming. But those are just some example. Here's an example of a cross stitching. And so cross stitching is done, and so lots of cross stitching on the for adornment or decoration on the clothing. So I'll show you one last piece here, and this is a skirt that's been kind of embroidered with cross stitching, and then sewing of or applique of sewing a piece of cloth on top of another piece. So, very colorful clothing.
Yeah.